Hello everyone, welcome to How To series with Demola Adeogun, powered by Ace Creative Academy. In this session, we're going to be I'll be taking you through how to create mockups using Photoshop. So let's get started. First and foremost, what are mockups? Mockups are models or templates that are being used or are basically used for presentation purposes. They are used to show how your design will look like in real life situations or in the real world. They are basically used for presentations for your clients or on social media or on other display platforms, basically to show real life case scenario or real life scenarios of how your design would basically look like. I always advise creative professionals, graphic artists, product designers to use mockups just to show real life case scenarios of how your designs will look like. Sometimes it doesn't look too okay just to email to your client flat based images. Sometimes it's always better to create mockups so that they'll have a feel of how your design will look like. So how do you get this done? Very simple. First and foremost, you need to understand how to get mockups. There are various websites in which you can get mockups for. But before we get started or we dive straight down into how to get mockups, I would love to highlight here that mockups can be created manually using various graphical software. You can practically create mockups using Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or CorelDRAW manually. This can easily be done. But there are faster approach to get this done. All you have to do is just go to your search bar or your search engine and just search for mockups, and voila, various mockups or various mockups websites will come up where you can download all these mockup from. But two of these websites are my favorites, freepix.com and Mockup World. Trust me, I wasn't paid to do that, but I just love them. And I'm going to basically be showing you how to get this done. First and foremost, let's get to one of these favorite websites that I love using so much, which is freepix.com. Enter. And all you basically need to do is head into the website and just go to the search bar up here and type mockups and hit enter, the enter button on your keyboard, and you see various mockup. Now, to download a mockup, all you just simply need to do is to see various mockups that you like and pick one here. And when you pick one here, you see that you can either buy one or you can download. There are various free mockups that you can get here, and hit the download button, so you can either pay for it or you can just hit the download button, and once you do that, your download button begins to download. But you need to probably get zip software like WinRAR. They are easily downloaded online, so that because most of the files that are being downloaded from these websites are usually always zipped. So my mockup is downloading, which is easy and very easy to do, and we're gonna wait for this to download. But basically, I've taken my time out to download a couple of mockups for you, and we're gonna be covering those mockups. So in this training, we're gonna be covering mockups on how to create book covers, business card, a computer screen display mockups, logo, and magazine. But trust me, you can create mockups using anything. You can create mockups of product packaging, mugs, t-shirts, signages. You can create mockups for practically almost anything you can think of. If you can think of it, just search on the internet. You either see a free version of it or you see a paid version of whatever mockup that you want to create. All right, so we're gonna be getting our hands dirty by creating one or two of these few mockups right there. Now, I just showed you how to create how to download mockup using Freepix. I love Freepix so much, but let me show you how to download mockups using Mockup World. Now, trust me, later on in this course, we're going to be using this mockup that I just downloaded right now. All right, but let me show you how to download mockup using Mockup World. So let's go to mockupworld.co. I repeat, mockupworld.co, or just look below on your screen on this YouTube channel. I'm on this YouTube video. I have highlighted the link to this website there, and other places where you can get various free mockups online, or you can just go to your various search engine and just search for mockup, and you see various options there. All right, so let's go to mockupworld.com voila, like I said, this is also one of my favorite websites to get various mockup. You can just search for whatever mockup that you want to use and you just see it. So let me search for business card mockup, which is one of the pre-downloaded mockup that I've downloaded before this class, and you see loads of options of business card mockup that you can basically use. We're going to be using one of these mockup in the course of this class, this to be specific. Now let's get this downloaded. Let me just show you how. For example, if you want to download this mockup, which you're going to be using later on in the training, when you click here, you see free download, and unlike free picks, when you click in Mockup World, it might take you to a third-party website where the creator of the mockup has actually uploaded the website for you to download. So in the case of this, we have the person that created this particular mockup is Antonio Boyd Graphics. All right, and usually where to download these mockups are usually not always far-fetched when you go to this third-party website. So let's just click download, and just as you can see, the previous one I was downloading from FreePix is downloading, and the new one that I'm downloading, it's also downloading. So you can see it's very easy to download mockups from all these various websites. So you are not limited to the limitless possibilities of how to create mockups, on what kind of mockups to create for your clients or for presentation purposes on social media. I usually advise graphic artists and creative professionals to ensure that when you are presenting your designs to your client, don't create those boring flat-based designs, or when you want to post on social media, don't create those boring flat-based design. Always ensure that you create a feel, put it on a mockup, then upload it on your social media. You'll see that you're going to be getting more likes on Instagram and more likes on Facebook, and also it shows that you basically know what you are doing. Okay, so let's get started. Now the first mockup we're going to be covering on today is how to create computer screen mockup. So usually when you hit download, what downloads, like I said earlier on, is a zip file, like it's downloading on my system. Now when you download the zip file, you need WinRAR to extract what you've downloaded earlier on, and usually it would go to your download section of your system, but I've pre-downloaded this, so just copy it to whatever you want to use the mockup, which I've just done here. So to extract the mockup, double click on the WinRAR or on the WinZip software, right, and you click cancel. I just cancelled it because it's asking me to evaluate or buy. Then click extract to. When you click extract to, then push the OK button. Now what this does for you when you click extract to is that I told it to basically extract the same folder that I want it to, that I'm using currently. So I'll click what's OK, and when I click OK, it has extracted the folder basically here for me. So I'm going to cancel here. So this is the folder. So when I open it, it gives me various formats for what are basically what's downloaded. So double click on the Photoshop, that's the PSD. Ensure that you have Photoshop already pre-installed on your system. Alright, so double click on the Photoshop icon or Photoshop file, and when you double click on it, it's going to open the mockup formats for you. Now when it's opened, Ctrl+0 on your keyboard or Command+0 if you're using a Mac, and you're going to have a full screen view. Now look at the layer panel of your Photoshop. Now remember I said earlier on that you should have had a basic knowledge of Photoshop for you to take this course. So for the mockup, we have basically three things we want to attach the mockup to: an iMac view or a computer view, a laptop view, and a phone view. All right, so basically you've done your design already and you just want to create a mockup version for it. All right, now like I said, I've done some pre-existing screenshots of what I want to mock up earlier on, so which is the laptop view for one of our websites. For our websites, that's the website for the academy, acecreativeacademy.com. I'm just going to enter that for you so that you see the mockup. So what I just basically did was went to the website and I screen grabbed it, or I pressed print screen on my keyboard to basically extract that for you. All right, so now let's add in some of these cool screenshot that I had earlier on. All right, so let's click File, Open. Then I'm gonna basically go to my desktop where I have all these current videos. So I'm gonna go to computer, right? Then I'm gonna click on Paste, right? When I do that, it's basically going to open the screenshot that I basically just created earlier on. All right, so now when you go to your the tab where you have your mockup, at the layer panel, always look for what we call a smart object. Like I said, it's always very easy. Some mockups would have given you descriptions on what to do, basically, from your layer panel. But when you just go to a layer panel, look for what smart objects. Those are squares that has a small square icon over here, or a small like new file icon over here. Okay, so we're going to be double clicking the first layer to create the mockup for the laptop. Yeah. All right, and we're going to select the screenshot or the print screen that we created earlier on. We'll drag and basically drop. It's going to be saying yes, saying that the depth of this current file we're bringing in is different from the previous one. Just click yes and click OK, and we'll just press Ctrl minus to zoom out and Ctrl T to bring in our transform tool, and then we're going to reduce. Now, basically, normally I would have probably gone to get a much proper screenshot, but just for the purpose of this course, we'll just screenshot something that basically works for us. We click OK, and once you click OK, you click File on your Photoshop, and you click Save. Now, once you do that and it has finished saving, go to your mockup file, and voila, you have the laptop already done. Now, let's click the next smart object, which has to do with the iMac. Now, we're going to come back here. I'm going to be using the same image. We're going to drag here, and we're going to drop. Right, once you do that, you place this here, Ctrl T to bring your transform tool, and let's just position this here so that it's going to basically work for us. You click your OK, and you click File and Save. Once you click File Save, you come back to this section and you have your iMac already done. Now let's go to the iPhone. Basically, how do we get that? Now, to do that, I've already done print screen or screenshots of that, so let's first open that document first. So click File, Open, and we're going to bring in the screenshot of that in first. All right, okay, now let's come back here. Remember what I taught you? All you need to basically look for when working on a mockup and you open your mockup file is the smart object. So let's double click on the smart object for the iPhone, then you unlock. Right, once you unlock, then you drag and you drop. Click yes, like I told you, and OK, and you have that. Ctrl minus to zoom out, Ctrl T or Command T if you're using your Mac, then you resize it properly to something that basically works for you. Alright, now this website is responsive. Ctrl plus to zoom in. Now I'm trying to remove those Windows icons that we have. Let's see, it's going to look a little bit more realistic. You click OK because you don't have a Windows icon on your iPhone. Alright, then you click File, Save. Alright, so having done that, go to your previous file and you have the 3 versions. Now this looks very realistic, and even though you're a web designer, you can literally create a mockup just to have a feel for your client and also for your social media on how responsive the website looks on various platforms, on a laptop, on an iMac, and basically on an iPhone. Alright, so you can take your time and just click File, Save As for this file, and I'm just going to quickly save this here as websites. Alright, and I'm going to select JPEG, yeah, and click Save. So that, and then OK. So that has basically been done. Alright, okay, so I hope you've had a beautiful time with me learning how to create mockups for a website. Now we're going to be moving straight down to how to create mockups for business cards. Remember what I taught you earlier on? That you go to your website, you go to freepix.com or mockupworld.co to download your mockups. Now, like I said earlier on, I have pre-downloaded pre-existing mockups earlier on, so I'm going to be going to business card. But don't worry, take it a little bit easy. I'm still going to be doing book covers and all at once, but let me just quickly run through business cards. Like I said earlier on, you can create mockups for almost practically anything that comes to mind, for business card, for presentation, for letterheads. Just think about it, go online, and you're able to get a version of a mockup that will basically work for you. Alright, like I said, I've downloaded a couple and I've extracted them. So let me open the mockup in Photoshop. Remember what I taught you in the earlier class? All you basically need to do is once you open the Photoshop file, look for what the smart objects. Now, for this mockup, it's a little bit different, like compared to the one I showed you earlier on. Now, just like it says, this particular one has instructions. So it says delete this. So I'm going to be removing this section, right? And like I taught you earlier on, always look for what the smart object. Now this is the back of the business card, so I'm going to be double clicking this and it's going to open the smart object on a new tab. So it's telling me to insert my image here. All right, now I'm going to go to my folder. I have designed previous business cards for Vine Insights, the company that powers Ace Creative Academy, and I'm going to be bringing that in a little bit shortly. So you come to your Photoshop file, open, click file, open. So I'm going to be going to the business card section and I'm going to be bringing in the business card basically. So you unlock, double click to unlock, right? You left click, drag, and you bring in the business card. So once you drop that here, you press Ctrl C, Alt to make it big. Alright, just something that basically works for your client. You click your OK marker up there and you click what file save. Remember what I taught you? Look for the smart object, double click on it, open it, insert your image, click OK, file save, and you have your mockup here. This looks beautiful. So let's now look for the second one. It's saying that change your design here. So you double click on the smart object like I taught you, remember that, and you have for the front section of the business card. So I'm going to click file, open once again. I'm going to, because all I'm trying to do right now is to bring in my business card. Yep. Okay, so we have it here. Remember, unlock the business card, right? Click OK to unlock, drag, all right, and drop. Okay, Ctrl C, right? Use a transform tool to make it bigger. Just something that looks presentable. It doesn't have to be, or something that looks presentable that works for you, basically. You click file save, because sometimes you may not get that 100% perfect. Transform resizing, and you come here and voila, you have it. So you can see that it's actually pretty hitsy bitsy simple. It's not rocket science. So please try as much as possible to ensure that you start using mockups for your presentations today. It's going to make your design looks beautiful. What I'm trying to do right now is to save, right? And I'm going to type business card. I'm running this through because I explained how you save earlier on in the earlier in the previous video. All right, presentation, and you click save and it brings this preview JPEG options and you click save. All right, so the next mockup I'm going to be working on right now is how to use mockup to create book covers. So for graphic artists that have created book covers using InDesign, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, or CorelDRAW, you can actually create a 3D mockup or a realistic version mockup of your book cover. So let's quickly get that done right away. Earlier on in this video, we learned how to create a mockup for your website. We've also learned how to create a mockup for your business card. Now we're going to be learning how to create a mockup for your book cover. Like I said earlier on, you would have pre-designed your book cover using Photoshop, InDesign, Adobe Illustrator, or CorelDRAW. Then you now start working on how to create mockup for it, just for the purpose of presentation for your client or for your social media handle or any other display platform that basically come to mind. Now, like I said earlier on, two websites that I personally like using to search for my mockups are freepix.com or mockupworld.com. Trust me, I'm not paid to do that, but I just love what those guys are doing for us. Now I'm going to mockupworld.com. I've searched for book cover, and you see beautiful book covers mockup that you basically have. Well, I'm going to be using this one, and like I said earlier on in the previous classes or earlier on in this video, I have pre-downloaded this mockup already for you. So we have book cover here, and I've also brought in one of my old books that I designed for a client some years back, and it's going to come in as a WinZip file. So just double click. So ensure you have WinRAR installed or any other zip software, and just click cancel, extract here, and click OK, and it has been extracted. So you can close this, open your folder, open the folder, and you would see that we have the Photoshop file here. Double click it to open basically, and we have our beautiful book cover here. Now remember what I taught you in the previous sections of this video. What you're looking for basically is what we call a smart object, and always read instructions. So sometimes in some mockups it's going to tell you that insert your image here, while sometimes it basically doesn't do that. So at the layer panel, double click the smart object, and when you do that, it's basically going to open on a new tab on your Photoshop. Okay, so it has opened on a new page. Photoshop is having issues with some fonts, so I'll just click cancel that. So back to Photoshop, you come here, file, open. So what I'm trying to do is to bring in the image. So when you click file, open, you go to book cover or any section where you want to bring in your image, and you click what? Open. Alright, so I'll just click cancel, unlock. Now there are faster ways of bringing in your image, but let me just use this for the purpose of this trick. You drag in here and you drop. Alright, you click yes. The most important thing that you bring in your image based on the method that you are familiar with. Then you press Ctrl minus, Ctrl C, and you drag this to reduce. So Ctrl C is to bring out your transform tool. Ctrl zoom in. Basically, like I said earlier on, I'm not trying to get perfection, but just to get what will work for the purpose of presentation. Alright, so you click OK, file save, and once that is saved, basically you have your book. So you can see that creating mockups are actually pretty very easy. Very easy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead to click file, save as, and I'm going to go basically back to my makeup training, and now pre-book cover, mockup cover. I'm going to select JPEG, and I'm basically going to save my mockup. Alright, that's very easy. Finally, we're going to be taking 2 more mockup sessions just to ensure that we get how this is done. What I'm trying to do is to have various versions or work with various types of mockups. So in case you find yourself in any case scenario, it's very easy for you to work around these various mockups. So in our next 2 sessions, we're going to be working on how to create mockup for a logo, and also how to create mockups for a magazine. Earlier on in the video, we've covered how to create mockups for business card. We've also covered how to create a mockup for a book cover. We've also learned how to create mockup for a website. Now we're going to be learning basically how to create mockup for a logo, and after which we're going to learn how to create mockup for a magazine. Then I'm also going to try a mockup for 1 more business card just to throw it in at a freebies, and we're going to call it a day. Hope you're enjoying, having a great time in this session. Now for logos, I'm going to come to my folder here. Like I said earlier on, I've pre-downloaded some mockups already for you. So for these logo mockups, I'm going to be working with this that I pre-downloaded earlier on from Mockup World. So we're going to double click this to open. And I love this mockup because it's a signage based kind of mockup. Right? Remember what I told you? Look for a smart object, and for us in this case, we have a smart object that has changed this here, which makes it very easy for you to know what to change. All you have to do is double click your smart object, and it's going to open on a new page. Now this will make you understand which section to change. So I'm going to remove the visibility option here, and I'm going to use a faster method this time on how to bring in an image. So I'll go to the file where my image is needed. Now I've created 2 versions of the Vine Insight logo. Like I said, Vine Insight is the company that runs Ace Creative Academy, what is powering my current tutorials that I'm taking. I'll just use a lighter version based on the logo mockup I'm trying to create. So I'll drag this. This is a faster method of adding in your image, still holding your left click on your mouse. Don't drop it, then just drop it here right now. Obviously it comes automatically with my transform tool. Then I press my alt key to make it big. Once you do that, click the OK button here, file, save. And once you do that, you go to your previous image, and voila, we have Vine Insight. It looks so realistic, and you can use this for the purpose of presentation. Like I've been doing in previous sessions, I am basically saving my various mockups on my laptop. I'll select what JPEG, and I'll click on signage. So this looks so real. I remember one of those times in which a client told me to create a design for a t-shirt, and immediately I finished creating the design, I sent to the client, and the client was like, "Oh, Mr. Demola, has the t-shirt been printed already?" And I was like, "Oh no, ma'am, I'm just showing you mock-up just to make you have a feel of how it's going to look like." The mock-up looked so real that the client actually thought that the t-shirt has already been printed. So you can see how beautiful mock-ups are and how they basically work on the psyche of clients. Alright, so now we're done with signage. So you can see mock-ups are actually pretty easy. Just go to those various websites I told you earlier on, or the one that is below the screen, download, get the mock-up you like, and download it and basically work with it. If you have any question or any comment below, and I'm basically going to answer you. Okay, earlier on in the video we had worked on mockups for business card, book covers, logo signages. Now we're going to work in mockup for a magazine cover. Now, like I said earlier on in the previous part of this video, I've pre-downloaded some of those mockups. Go to the various websites that is listed below and get the mockup that download a mockup that basically work for you. At the beginning section of this video, I'd explained how you can download mockups from prepix.com and how you can download mockups from mockupsworld.com. So let's open a folder of an already extracted mockup. So I'm going to double click on the PSD file here, and it's going to open. And one of the beauty of these mockups is that they can also be edited. Now, from this mockup, or the layer panel is telling me that delete this, so which is obvious. Now, like I said, some mockups will show you instructions on what to extract and when to extract. So here is saying that this is where you extract or this is where you place the cover of the magazine. So I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to be inserting my cover. Alright, so I'll go to the magazine. I already have a pre-downloaded cover here, so I'm going to drag here, and I'm going to drop this here. Alright, so I'll press my Alt to make it look a little bit bigger. Right, and I'm going to press OK, or the mark sign to say it's OK. Then I'll click File, Save, like I've taught you in previous section of this video. And by the time you go to the section, you can see that your magazine looks so beautiful, and it actually literally looks so spectacular. So what I did is that I removed this layer panel because we have a white fade a bit, just to make it come out. So you can choose to either leave it there or just take it out based on how you want your magazine to look like. Okay, now so we also have what we call a spine section here. So you can actually design your spine and basically use the spine for your magazine here. But for the purpose of this class, I'm just going to put a dark black box here basically. But normally you're supposed to actually place your spine here. So you click File, Save, and once you do that and you go to your previous image, you will see that you have the spine already there. So what you're supposed to do is actually to place the spine for the magazine. So you can see that mockups are actually very easy to create for you. Now, one of the beautiful things about this mockup is that you can actually insert your background, and to do this all you have to do is just double click on the background. Smart Objects is going to open on a new tab, and you come to this section and insert a particular background that you want to. Now I have already saved the particular background that I believe will work on here on, so just drag to insert, right, and Alt to increase, click OK, File, Save. When you come to this section, voila, it creates a feel that the magazine is actually on a particular wooden floor. Okay, so I hope you've had a great time with learning how to create a mockup. So now, like I said earlier on, I'm going to be saving this, and I'm going to be just throwing one more mockup basically for you in the area of business card. Now, the reason why I'm going to be working on this final mockup is because it has a particular feature that I believe that you're going to like, and I'm going to work with in case you find yourself having to create a mockup in that case scenario, or probably you downloaded a mockup that has that particular feature. Alright, so I'm going to be saving right away here. Right, so magazine, okay, up. And once all this has been saved, all you have to do is just send it to your client. Okay, and click OK, and basically get it saved. Alright, in the previous section of our video, we learned various mockups, how to create various mockups from business cards to logos, to logo for signages. We've learned how to create mockups for book covers. We've learned how to create mockup for magazine. But I'm going to be throwing in one more business card mockup for us before we call it a day. Now, there's a particular feature in this particular mockup that I like, that I basically want to emphasize upon. So after you downloaded your mockup, all you need to do is to come to the folder where you've downloaded it, open the Photoshop file, and we're going to be running down through this mockup in a bit. Now, this particular mockup has a particular feature that I actually want to make reference to in case you find yourself in a situation where you have a mockup with a similar feature. Now, I'm going to be double clicking business card 1. Remember I told you in that video, once you download your mockup, go to the layer panel, look for the smart object, double click the smart object, open on a new window. Now, as you can see, it's the back of the mockup that is there. Now, then you come to your folder where you have your particular flat is already designed business card, which you've designed either for Illustrator, Photoshop, or Corel Draw, and you now bring in what's your image. I held my left click down and I drag and I dropped, right, still holding the image. Then I'm going to press the transform tool is there in Photoshop. Then I'm going to press the Alt key to increase. Then to increase, all these steps has been explained earlier on in the video. Then you click OK. Then you come to File. When you click File, you save. When you hit Save, you go to your previous mockups and you have your business card. Then you double click again. Now remember I said that is a faster way to bring in an image in Photoshop. You go to your folder, hold your left click, drag. I'm still holding my left click on my mouse. Then still holding my left click. I just went to Photoshop and I dropped. It brings out the transform tool. Then you can hold your Alt key on your system, and basically what increase. Let's click to increase. Then you click your mark. Then you click File, Save. So click File, Save, and just finish saving in Photoshop. Come to the various section. You have this. Now, a beautiful thing that I like this particular mockup for is that it has what we call what's on board color, meaning you can actually change the color for this board. So I can actually double click here. Literally, it opens that particular smart object on a new tab, and I can double click here to pick whatever color that I literally want to use. So I can select here and click OK. And once I click OK, and you go save. By the time you come to your previous screen, you'll practically see that the particular color for the board has literally what's changed. Did you see that? Okay, so that's the beauty of this particular mockup. So some particular mockups actually give you that kind of feature. You can also change the color of your floor. So let's come here, double click here, and you can literally change this. I'm going to be changing the color to like purple. Alright, this looks beautiful. And you click what's OK. Now when you do that, you just basically see that what the mockup looks very beautiful. Now all you basically need to do is just to click File, Save, and you're good to go. So the beauty about mockup, like I said earlier on, is that there is for presentation purpose. You can use on social media, and on our WhatsApp group for the academy, I had a lot of students were asking how do you create mockup, hence while this video was created. Hope you've had a great time watching this video and you've learned a lot on how to create mockup. Like I said earlier on, mockups are actually very easy to create. They're not rocket science, and there are a lot of various mockup options online where you can basically download or you can actually purchase. And just go on the internet, go to your search browsers and check various mockup options and various mockup templates that you have. Hope you've had a great time on this how-to series, learning how to create mockups using Photoshop. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel where we're going to be creating more how-to series on various things, on designs, creatives, and various things that will get you better. Thank you so much. See you next time, and thank you for watching How to Series with Demola Adeogun, powered by Ace Creative Academy.